Wait. Stop right there. Before you open that refrigerator door and toss in that bunch of bananas or that loaf of bread, there's something every senior needs to know. What if I told you that refrigerating certain everyday foods might be doing more harm than good, not just to your groceries, but to your health and energy levels too? As we age, even the smallest habits, like where we store our food, can make a big difference in how we feel, how we digest, and how our bodies function. You've been told to keep things fresh, but in reality, refrigerating the wrong items can strip them of nutrients, mess with their texture, destroy their flavor, and even put stress on your digestive system. Today, we're diving deep into 9 common foods seniors should never refrigerate and the surprising reasons why. Stay with me, because food storage is not just about convenience, it's about preserving the natural benefits that your aging body needs more than ever. And if you're over 60, some of these refrigerator mistakes could be silently sabotaging your health goals, energy levels, and even your memory. Let's begin. Picture this. It's a sunny morning, and you've just finished breakfast. You reach for a banana from your fridge, thinking it's going to be a refreshing snack. But as you peel it, it's turned brown, mushy, and tastes off. Sound familiar? Here's the truth: bananas were never meant to be stored cold. When you refrigerate bananas, their enzymes get confused. They stop ripening properly, and the cold breaks down their cell walls. The result? A texture that's off-putting and flavor that's dull. But more importantly for seniors, cold temperatures interfere with the banana's natural potassium release. And potassium is essential for heart health, blood pressure regulation, and muscle strength. Refrigerating bananas may mean you're not getting all the benefits they offer, especially when your body needs that potassium the most. Many seniors refrigerate bread to keep it from going bad, but the cold doesn't preserve it, it actually speeds up a process called starch retrogradation. That's just a fancy way of saying your bread turns hard and stale faster in the fridge. And when bread gets stale, you're more likely to toast it, butter it, and turn it into a less healthy choice. But there's more: refrigerated bread loses its fiber softness and becomes harder to digest, especially for older adults with slower metabolism or sensitive guts. Instead, store your bread in a cool, dry cabinet. Slice what you'll use in a few days and freeze the rest. Let it thaw at room temperature when needed. That way, your bread stays soft, nutritious, and gut-friendly. You're not alone, but here's a hidden truth. Cold temperatures actually shut down the chemical processes that give tomatoes their flavor and antioxidants. Yes, those vibrant red orbs lose both taste and nutritional power when chilled. For seniors, this is critical. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, a compound known to support heart health, prostate function, and even protect against certain cancers. But when you refrigerate tomatoes, the lycopene formation stalls. That's right. Your tomato salad might look fresh, but it's nutritionally underperforming. Keep your tomatoes out on the counter. Let them ripen naturally. Your heart and taste buds will thank you. Let's move on to a root vegetable. You probably love potatoes. If you store them in the fridge, you're not just risking flavor, you're triggering a chemical reaction that turns the starches in potatoes into sugar. And when you cook those cold stored potatoes, those sugars form something called acrylamide, which is a harmful chemical linked to nerve damage and potentially increased cancer risk. As seniors, your bodies are more sensitive to compounds like these. And even if you don't notice immediate symptoms, the long-term buildup matters. Potatoes need a dark, cool, but not cold place. A pantry or paper bag in a cabinet is ideal. Avoid the fridge at all costs. Now, let's talk about onions. A staple in kitchens, right? But putting onions in the fridge is like locking them in a prison. They get soft, moldy, and lose their crispness. Even worse, the cold encourages moisture buildup, which causes spoilage faster than if you'd left them out. But here's where it affects you directly. When onions spoil, they produce sulfur compounds that irritate your digestive system. And many seniors already experience acid reflux or sensitive stomachs. Eating spoiled or mushy onions from the fridge might be worsening your bloating or heartburn. Always store onions in a mesh bag or open basket in a cool, ventilated area, never in the fridge, and especially not next to potatoes. Together, they spoil each other faster. How about garlic? You buy a beautiful bulb, tuck it into the fridge, and then it sprouts, turns rubbery, or molds quickly. Garlic is a powerhouse for immunity and blood pressure regulation, especially important for seniors, but when it's refrigerated, its allicin content weakens. Allicin is that magical compound that reduces inflammation and supports the cardiovascular system. Cold environments also promote mold growth inside the garlic bulb, which isn't always visible from the outside. So you might be eating something that looks normal, but is laced with mold spores. Always store garlic in a dry, cool place. Keep it away from direct sunlight, but let it breathe. Some seniors refrigerate or freeze ground coffee to keep it fresh, but cold temperatures do the opposite. They cause condensation, meaning your coffee grounds absorb moisture every time you open the container. That moisture leads to flavor breakdown and can even lead to mild mold growth. More importantly, caffeine sensitivity increases with age. If you're drinking bad coffee, flavorless, bitter, and stale, you're more likely to add sugar or creamers to improve the taste, which leads to sugar spikes, weight gain, and inflammation. Store your coffee in an airtight container in a cabinet. Fresh, dry beans equals better taste and less temptation to sweeten artificially. Let's not forget avocados. Seniors are told to eat more healthy fats, and avocados are a top choice. They're rich in oleic acid, which helps lower bad cholesterol and reduce joint inflammation. But here's the catch. If you put an unripe avocado in the fridge, it might never ripen properly. The cold halts the process entirely, and if it's ripe and you forget it in the fridge, it turns brown and slimy. Seniors already deal with digestion challenges, and consuming a poorly ripened avocado can be tough on the gut. Store unripe avocados at room temperature. Only once it's perfectly ripe can you put it in the fridge for a day or two max. Finally, we reached the 9th food: honey. Now, this one might surprise you. Natural, raw honey is a miracle food. It never spoils. It's antibacterial, antifungal, and helps soothe sore throats and digestive issues. But when you refrigerate honey, it crystallizes. That means it turns thick, grainy, and difficult to spread. Worse, some seniors might think it's spoiled and throw it away. What a waste! Crystallized honey also loses some of its natural enzymes when reheated. Keep your honey in a sealed container at room temperature, in a dark place. Never refrigerate it. It will stay good for years. Now let's take a step back. Why does all this matter so much more for seniors? Because as we age, our metabolism slows, our digestive system becomes more delicate, and our bodies become less efficient at extracting nutrients. Every bite matters. And if we're not storing food correctly, we're not getting the full benefit from what we eat. Refrigeration is a modern luxury, but it can be a nutritional trap when misused. Let's review these hidden truths quickly without headings. Bananas lose their potassium power. Bread becomes stale and hard to digest. Tomatoes lose lycopene and flavor. Potatoes turn toxic with harmful chemicals. Onions become a digestive nightmare. Garlic grows mold you can't see. Coffee absorbs moisture and loses flavor. Avocados never ripen or turn bad. Honey crystallizes and becomes useless. Seniors, this isn't just a list of food tips, it's about changing a small habit to protect your big picture, your health. So next time you return from the grocery store, don't rush to the fridge. Pause, think, and give your food and your body the treatment it truly deserves. These little changes can keep you energetic, sharp, and thriving, one bite at a time. And before you go, take a quick glance at your fridge. Are any of these 9 foods sitting there, losing their power? If so, take them out. Start today. Your body will notice, your energy will rise, and your future self will thank you.